Good morning. Welcome to Mimosas in the Morning with Lesley and Holly. And we are sitting there drinking our mimosas. Cheers. And cheers to our friend Cynthia, who's joining us from the Washington, D.C. area today. And so I don't butcher her name, I'll let her go ahead and do an introduction. So here you go, Cynthia.
Yes, hi, I'm Cynthia Giesecke, and we're stationed here at Fort Belvoir near the DMV, considered Virginia, Washington, D.C., and Maryland, so very close to D.C.
DC area. Well, thank you for joining us with Mimosas in the Morning. Today, what we're going to talk about is the stigma that comes with the word of stay-at-home mom, parent. I did a little research this morning, Cynthia, so it said, I'm going to have to look at my notes to make sure, but 11 million people are stay-at-home parents, and 18% of them actually do not work outside the home. And I got this from the Purdue Research Century. And then on Time Magazine, it's a great article, you should go read it, talks about, and they said, and I'm going to switch my notes over here, it says, stay-at-home mothers, why still we call that clunky name, clunky term of stay-at-home parents? In the 1980s is when that actually, this term kind of came out. And then we had the flock of actually moms going to work more outside the home in 1990s. So it's not been a term that's been very long. I don't like the word sham. It's like,
Yes.
Don't say that. I don't like it. Everybody knows that I say it. I'm very big about saying, stop calling us a sham. We're not a sham. Okay.
Yep.
I don't stay at home. I put my Superwoman cape on. We put on some either high heels or some fancy shoes.
Whatever.
And while we're here in Florida, we wear fancy, flip-flops. And we go make things happen. And that is why you're on, because you're going to teach us that we're not a stay-at-home mom or parent, and that you don't have to have a blanks in your resume, because my friend Cynthia is a busy bee up in DC, okay? So she's going to teach you all what you can do and how you can connect with the right people. We have great organizations that love for us to come and help and volunteer. Right, Cynthia?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think first and foremost, I think I just want to say hi to all the stay-at-home moms out there. It's one of the greatest and I think most rewarding jobs that I have had. I've not always been a stay-at-home mom. I've worked before, but I chose this time to stay at home and teach my child full-time homeschool. And I have to say that I have been the busiest the past 2 years that I've been here at home with my daughter. And also that there are many ways that you can get involved and get yourself out there so they don't have those blanks on your resume. I have several organizations, but first you have to ask yourself why. Why do you want to go out there and volunteer? All of us have different reasons as to why we do, a variety of things. And so this is my phase. I like to say phase because, as I mentioned earlier, I've worked before, and I think I'm just in a different phase of my life right now that I've chosen to stay at home and really grow my relationship with my daughter, who is in high school. So it's just a matter of asking, yourself, why are you doing things, so that you have the right intention to what you're doing. And so that's my why. I want to be with my daughter and spend time with her, because I know I'm not going to have her in the home much longer.
Exactly. You understand that one. I have 5 kids. I know she doesn't look it. It's amazing.
Yes. Yeah. I mean,
one in college, one in high school.
And then I have a middle school and elementary school, and I think that's the truth of making that decision and making what's right for you at that time and your family. And that's, I think, kind of the direction that I'll take. That maybe I sit there sometimes and think I need to specifically 100% focus on what's going on with my family. But at the same time, I've also tried to be involved with different volunteer organizations to keep maybe somewhat relevant on certain business types of activities and to keep my resume. I mean, is that some of the things that you've tried to look at too?
Yeah, absolutely. So before coming here to DC, I just like many military spouses, I had to give very rewarding career. I was working for a member of Congress in Arizona, and I was very, very sad and somewhat resentful that I was going to have to leave that job. And I got here and I'm like, I'm going to be in DC, right near the Capitol. Why am I having to give up my career, my dream job, really? And so I decided that at that time that I wanted to stay home for other, for several reasons. And as I began to teach my daughter through her homeschooling curriculum, there was just this nagging in me that was like, I'm still close to DC. I have opportunities to still go and work in Congress. And so I had to really get out of my comfort zone. I'm not really one to go out and ask for things. And I met a wonderful gentleman by the name of Michael Quinn, because he really just opened up that box that I was putting myself in. I kept telling myself that I wasn't going to be given the opportunity because my schedule wasn't as flexible, that, they weren't going to give me the opportunity because I'm older. I'm 40, and most interns in Capitol Hill are either in college or right out of college. And so I kept placing myself into these boxes and kept telling myself, no, that's never going to happen. They're not going to do that. And so Mr. Quinn just kept telling me, just ask, just do it, and if it's no, it's no. But at least, you give yourself that peace of mind and you go out and get that opportunity. And so I did. I took a leap that I've never taken before. I met with the chief of staff that he connected me with, and thankfully he was a former command sergeant major, so he knew the lifestyle. And I felt very comfortable and at that interview to really shine what makes military spouses so special. And so I was given the opportunity. That very same evening, I received an email and they said they'd love to have me in their office. And it was like the greatest thing. I mean, it was a huge leap for me. And but I was able to intern on Capitol Hill for the summer. They were so flexible with me. They met me in all my requests, flexibility, the ability to keep volunteering with the other organizations that I was with, just giving me so much room to grow, and then also to offer them, the skills that I already have on my belt. So it was a wonderful opportunity that I hope other military spouses take advantage of. And if nothing else, to quit placing yourself in a box.
Right. Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing, is that you're no longer in that box, and you don't doubt your self-worth. You're not doubting yourself, because you're doubting who you are and all your capabilities. And I know you have some amazing talents. I'm a big fan of Cynthia. She's like, why do you do that with me? Because I love you, girlfriend. You're amazing.
Oh, I love you too. Yes,
so tell us about all those other organizations, because she's really like supernumerary. Like, you do so many things. It's amazing.
Yeah, so while I was interning, there were two organizations that I really just wanted to stay with. So one of them was Honor Flight Chicago, but there's a variety of Honor Flight programs out there, and it's dear to my heart. I do it once a month, and I meet veterans and this one's particular from Chicago. They arrive at the Dulles Airport, and I spent the whole day with either a World War II or a Korean veteran. And I take them around to all the memorials, and so that was one that I highly recommend to anybody, especially in this area, the opportunity to just spend a day with some of our, veterans from the greatest generation, to hear their stories, to hear their why they served, or their experience with the draft. for Vietnam. It's just really rewarding and such a fun way to volunteer. I think that organization and that time that I've given them, I've never felt like I'm volunteering. I feel like I'm with my, I could be with my uncle, my grandpa.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, just great experience. And then the other one is National Military Family Association. I've been with them for 10 years now. And one of my greatest rewards is judging the scholarship applications. I enjoy reading the stories, the testimonies from, what the military spouses are going through, trying to continue their education or start their own business, or even just continue in the business that they have built. So those are two organizations that are really dear to my heart.
Well, what advice do you have to other spouses that are at home watching us or will watch us, as this is recorded on, making themselves feel like, yes, they're worthy to do this. They are absolutely capable, and not to sell themselves short.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think that one of the misnomers out there is that, as stay-at-home moms, that we don't have skills that will be useful in a career, or in the job force. And like I said, stop putting yourself in that box and just take the leap. You're managing budgets, you're managing schedules, you're setting priorities, tasks, you're delegating, you're teaching your children on a daily basis. There's a variety of ways to take those skills and apply them to an actual resume. And one of the resumes that I love is through Career Spark. They have a really great resume builder that will take all your volunteer experience and then turn it into, a resume for any work that you want to go and take.
So I have a little song for that, okay?
Yes. Here's our surprise. Really always a surprise.
And we all feel like, right? We all need some Dolly Parton in our life, right?
I do love some dollars.
Yeah.
I'll play that,
So work 9 to 5, right?
Yep. Do. Sometimes it's 6:30 a.m. to like midnight.
Stay-at-home mom, and our job is there 9 to 5.
Yes.
Never.
It's never ending. Yeah, I mean, gosh, kudos to all the moms out there, whether, you stay at home, you work, it's a very tough, it's tough for all of us. And I think that's one thing to recognize, that, we all live in different we're all in different phases. We all got different things going on, and embrace that and support each other.
Yeah. And I think the other thing too is that when you go to an event or someone asks you what you do, don't be embarrassed. Say, like, I stay at home. My resume's long. There's nothing wrong with it. If you would like to know everything I do, we're going to have more mimosas or another cup of coffee. Yeah, right? Because I have a long list of everything that I do as a stay-at-home parent. There's, don't let that be a bad word. Let it be, something empowering, encouraging, inspiring, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Any networking event that I go to, I am a homeschool educator.
Yep.
Stay-at-home mom. And, I sometimes do get really weird responses, just facial, it's all facial. And then I'll get the question of, how do you do it? And I'm like, well, how do you do what you do? Right.
Right.
We all are capable of doing whatever it is that we're doing. And sometimes it's hard and difficult to understand each other, but to just have that compassion and that, and try to have an understanding, and not be afraid to ask questions. I always tell people, do you want to know more about homeschooling, how this takes place? And then we have really great conversations, and it's amazing as to how many people out there have had an inkling to do the same thing, but maybe felt overwhelmed or didn't really know where to start. And so I totally agree. I think we're all capable of what we're doing.
Well, until I started working, because I just started working, and I only work part-time because my family still has to come first. That's my number one priority.
Yes.
We work part-time. I would put on my children's things, documents, that I am the chaos coordinator for the Vega family. I'm telling you, my son's asthma doctor came in laughing because we just moved here last year. And he was like, I thought this was a joke. I'm like, oh, well, I'm not joking with you. I am the chaos coordinator. That is my employment for right now. And he's like, I'm going to remember that forever. I'm like, thank you.
Yes, I mean, gosh, moms, I mean, multitaskers, right?
Right?
You built
your own name. So if you introduce yourself, come up with your own name. I'll tell you, people will stop right in their shoes, right, and look at you like,
Yep. Conflict management. I mean, right? You got your fighting with each other. You do negotiation, mediation, right? I mean, you do it all.
Financial manager.
Yeah, there's so many different things. Take that clunky name and throw it in the trash can.
Yeah, throw it in the trash. Yep.
It's for you. On the last note, we are on the government shutdown. You are in DC, where everything's kind of like really happening. We did not do a Coastie Spouse today because it was to talk with you. We were talking with you. And we want you to bring awareness of what our Coastie spouses are doing in DC, because you're actually been volunteering and helping and promoting things that's going on in that area with Fort Belvoir, correct? Fort Belvoir.
Yes, absolutely. So our Belvoir Spouses Club has partnered with the Coast Guard Spouses Club here in Washington, D.C. And on their website, they've placed a donation box there for donate cards to Coasties. And really, it's really easy. You click on there, you give an amount, and then gift cards will be given to Coast Guard families for gas and food. So very easy to do.
Because, I mean, people don't realize that just because they're not getting paid doesn't mean they're not going to work. They're going to work. They're still serving. They're helping, protect our borders, protect our water. And you got to have gas to get there. You've got to have,
and we're all part of the same family.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Yeah. And these cards will go to all Coast Guard families within this area here of the greater Washington area. So lots of Coast Guard families that are being affected here at our Belvoir community. And there are other organizations. Our USO here also has given some market sweeps where folks can come and get fresh vegetables, fruit, bread, and a variety of things. So lots of things going on. But the big one that just came in yesterday was the donate cards for Coasties. So easy way to do it.
Yeah, if you can send me the link, and that way we can update it live. That way it's on there. I would love for to be feeding through those channels so that people have that. It's easy to get links. Trying to research, a lot of people don't want to do that. They just want to be able to click on that information.
And I think people do because this is something
exactly
it could happen to any of us. I mean, we've all sit there. Those folks that have been part of the DoD. It was last minute when we found out we weren't going to be affected by some of the shutdowns. And
absolutely.
And unfortunately, our Coast Guard families have been put in a difficult situation at this point.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Yeah. Within just our Coast Guard and then our federal employees. So there's been a lot of movement here in DC with that. But communities coming together and helping each other.
So if anybody wants to donate, would they contact the Fort Belvoir Spouses Club?
No, they would just go to the link and then just hit donate cards to Coasties, and then they just put in the amount that they want to donate. Yeah, very easy. Yeah, it doesn't require any shipping, or any handling of goods. The gift cards will go automatically to Coast Guard families in need.
That's fantastic.
Yes.
So many amazing things.
I know. So many people out there doing really wonderful things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for taking the time this morning to come.
Yes, thank you.
Oh, this is our first time.
I know. We're like, be live. We love you. But can you make the camera area just a little bit bigger for, because I'm not a skinny girl. So we need a little help because the boxes are literally like on the screen here, over here. It is cut down. So Lesley and I
had our arms around each other.
I know. So good thing we really like each other.
Yes. Well, thank you. Thank you for what you guys do too. making sure that all voices are heard, and go moms and dads who are out
Parents,
babies.
because you're not staying home and making action 9 to 5 going on. So thank you for joining us. And remember that Military Home Base is bringing you home one base at a time.
See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.